Hello! Now this video has been requested quite a lot. Really funny because I'm probably the worst student you'll ever meet. Just studying and me just do not go together. Firstly, because I have zero focus. Secondly, because I just hate it. Thirdly, I just hate people telling me to like learn this, do that. You have exams and you have to study for that. And it's just blah. But I will try my best to answer all your questions and hopefully get you through this very exciting time during your lives. So if you don't want to listen to a video where it's just me blubbering on at 500 kilometers per hour, do not watch this video. But if you would like to, well, stay tuned because I will be trying my best to get this studying thing down. So firstly, I just want to say that VCE or final exams or HSC or wherever you are in the world, it isn't a way of life, it's just the ending of your high school years. So I think you need to get that into your mind because everyone sort of has this big thing about VCE being like, oh, it's the final year of school, it's final exams, I have to do well, I have to do this, I can't go out, I have to study every single hour, every single day. No, don't let it like dictate and ruin your life. Just sort of take it easy and take it one step at a time. So firstly, I want to go through organization. Now, I love organizing, but I'm not an organized person. I actually spend more time organizing than actually doing what my schedule tells me to. So I've actually written a list of things. So this is me being organized. So I did an exam study timetable, sort of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, what I would study, how many practice papers I do, which topic I'd focus on today. I didn't really follow it, but it made me feel good. It's good to break down everything because when you look at your subjects, for example chemistry, and there's like 20-something units to study for, and it just looks really, really overwhelming. But if you break it down, if you do 2 to 3 topics a day or every second day, it's not as bad and it's not as overwhelming, and you'd be able to study it better as well. And another thing that I did when my exam timetable came out, I bought one of those big yearly calendars, or like a weekly or monthly or whatever, and I sort of noted down each day that I had my exam. So it sort of gave me something to work towards because I'm really bad with dates as well, and I was just super scared I just forget which day my exam was on or just mix it up. Another one is have your desk organized. Now I know this is tough, and I had like this 2-meter long desk, but it was just completely full with papers and folders and pencils and pens, and I realized I just couldn't study there and I had to go somewhere else. So declutter your workspace and you will declutter your mind. Wise words, but seriously, if it's really messy and you can't find anything, it just sort of adds to your stress. So try your best. I bought like sort of separators. I had one separator folder for each subject, so when I need something I just go straight there, and have like a display folder or binary folder, whatever, of all your practice papers, ones to do and ones that you have done, and then so you can go look back through them as well. And if you're a note writer, like I write notes, I have a special like notebook for each subject, and you can separate them inside as well. So like what kind of notes, solutions, like answers that I need to revise and stuff. So I had a section for each of those, like new information that I knew, and just like chemistry again, or maths, you have formulas for one section, etc. And also, I'm a bit OCD on colors, so I color coordinated everything. I color coordinated each subject. For example, French was purple, English was blue, methods was red for blood, and chemistry was orange. Just made it sort of easy for me to locate stuff and sort of take in information as well. And also when I'm writing notes, because I'm not a typer, I have to write everything down. I color code as well, like with headings or with important information, highlighting, and each topic I color coded as well. It's probably a bit too far, but I don't know, maybe I'm more like visual learning that way, just sort of keeps me more calm instead of having black ink over 100 pages and just not knowing like what information you're reading. It sort of just helped me separate it and categorize all the things that I needed to learn. Okay, so studying. Now, like I said before, I'm a notes writer because I feel like when I'm typing stuff and I'm just looking at the book and typing, my mind just completely wanders away. But whereas when I'm writing, I have to focus because otherwise I might just write something wrong. I feel like if it's flowing through my hand and onto the paper, it makes me memorize a bit better. Now, my form of study is just to copy notes, like just handwrite notes, because I'm not really, really smart, so I just have to memorize everything. Like I don't understand any of the formulas, so literally I'm just memorizing everything and just writing it down. And my form of note taking is opening the textbook and writing down the important points, the highlighted points, which is basically like 90% of the text anyway, but it sort of works for me. And then if your teachers do PowerPoints or slideshows or whichever, I take some notes from those as well, and like write formulas and answers and solutions onto that as well. Now, I don't know if it's just a girl thing or my color coordination thing. Make them pretty, make your notes pretty. It'll make you want to read back to them more. I really enjoy taking notes. Like, one thing that I really miss after high school and not going to like a real studying uni anymore is taking notes. I actually find it really soothing, and then you can color coordinate and everything. And then when they're pretty, you want to read them more, and like it makes studying better as well, instead of having, you know, really ugly handwriting and it's all black ink and it's all smudged and dirty. Just, you don't even want to touch it. So I don't know, a tip for me would just be to make your notes pretty and make your sort of experience just all that more, a little bit more enjoyable. The biggest form of studying that helped me was doing practice papers, especially for subjects like methods where I just had no idea what was going on the entire 1-2 course, 3-4 course. I think I learned a majority of what I learned from doing practice papers. But also practice papers, don't be too nice to yourself. Like, you know, when you're marking those practice papers and you're like, oh yeah, I would have written that answer, I totally knew that, and you give yourself full marks, and then you get like a 97% on the exam, you're like, oh, I'm so smart, but really, you cheated. Don't be so nice to yourself. Be harsh on yourself when you mark these exam papers, otherwise it's a complete waste. And then what I did was, if I didn't know the answers, I copied down the solutions and the questions into a notebook, and then when I study and review notes, I'd go back and review those questions as well. So, you know, because literally sometimes the questions are just exactly the same, just with different materials, so it might pop up into your exam, you never know. Now, some people like to study with friends. I think, it's a bit iffy, because I studied with a few friends who were very, very smart, and they didn't need to study or anything. They'd be doing practice papers next to me, and I'd get like a 40%. I'd be like, whoo, almost 50% mark, and they'd be getting like, you know, 90-something% on the first go. And that kind of really stressed me out and sort of pulled me down as well, because they'd be doing practice papers really, really fast. So I don't know, not saying that you should find people at your own level or something, but I honestly think it's sort of better to just study alone. Like, I just go to my local library. Don't get a state library or like city library or uni library where, you know, everyone will be there, because you will just end up talking to everyone and going out to eat and eating Melbourne brunch. You know, that's what you all do. So my advice is just study on your own. Some people can't study in their house either, because there's so many distractions. Oh, I do have a tip for you. If you have a MacBook and you just can't stay away from, you know, going on Tumblr, going on Instagram, watching TV shows, there's this app called Self-Control. Yeah, for all you people like me who don't have self-control, download it, and you can block particular sites, and you can set a time limit, and no matter what you do, if you turn off your computer, you delete the app, the time limit will always be there until it finishes, and you cannot access whatever sites you have blocked for yourself. So that is pretty good. And with phones, I put my phone on airplane mode. I actually went to the point where I had to leave my laptop and my phone like downstairs, because my bedroom is upstairs. So if I really, really, really wanted to go get them, I'd have to go all the way downstairs and go into a room and like unlock everything and like put it back on non-airplane mode. And because I'm lazy, I just be like soups, and it kind of worked for me. So yeah, this is really important as well. Balance. Now, like I said, VCE isn't a way of life, so make sure your life is still balanced, that it isn't occupied by 90% VCE and 10% stressing about VCE. I'm like a massive sloth, so I don't generally move. Well, back then I generally did not move, but I felt like I needed to get out of the house, especially when you're going through study periods and you're just locked in your house every single day. I get headaches and I just get really drowsy and unmotivated every single day. Even if it was just 10 minutes or like a 1 kilometer walk, I'd make myself get out and walk around a bit. And so, you know, exercising releases happy endorphins and blah, 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 blah. And if you're a team person, go join a team sports or something. Like, just once every week, go play basketball, soccer, or volleyball or something. I swear it will improve your life so much. And also with exercising, for my French oral, I had to memorize stuff. So every time I went for a walk, I just recite everything that I need to memorize for my oral. And once I finish reciting it, then I know that my walk was finished and I go back in. So, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone, exercising and memorizing stuff. It's just good to get out of the house, you know, instead of just sitting there memorizing, I could walk out. And I recorded myself already saying it, so sometimes if I couldn't remember, I just replay it, like me reading the actual oral notes that I had to do. And then, or sometimes when I'm just sitting there and zoning out and I feel like I can't read material or do anything, I just listen to whatever I need to memorize. So if you're like an audio person, maybe try that. There weren't many of us, but I held my job all throughout VCE. I did 2 shifts every day every week. I did Saturday shift and Sunday shift. It did take up a lot of time because I didn't have time to, you know, study on Saturday, Sunday, but I'm the kind of person that if you give me all this free time, I will do nothing with it. I need to be really like you need to be like, you have to do your homework in these 2 hours or it's never going to be done, because I need that sort of drive to make me do it. So working was good as well, and you know, I could earn some pocket money on the side. And even during exam weeks, well, the whole month, I still did 1 shift per week just to keep up that sort of normalcy. And like, why not? Because I'm not going to be studying 24 hours, like 7 days a week. So I might as well just go out one day, go to work, earn some money, and, you know, get ready for the end of the year when I can go shopping. You know, do what you would normally do. If you watch TV shows all the time, watch it. Like, I watched 4 seasons of Skins during my exam week, so I don't recommend doing that. But, you know, just keep your life normal. If on Tuesdays you go do yoga, go do your yoga. If you always watch movies on Friday, if Friday's your date night, go have your date night. It's not like you can't let it just overpower you, because then you're just going to get more stressed out and you're going to focus on it too much and you're going to obsess over it, and your performance just won't be as good. Really, don't punish yourself. If you're like, oh, I spent all day yesterday watching TV shows and movies, I have to do every single subject today and study from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Don't do that, because I don't think that's effective. And why would you punish yourself? Just go about it normally and just be like, okay, well, I spent that many hours watching TV shows yesterday. I just need to catch up on this work, and sort of reassess your schedule, maybe shift things along a little bit. Just be like, I need to get these done today and I need to get that done tomorrow. Don't punish yourself. Also, that being said, don't celebrate too early either. You know, if you do your practice paper and you're like, woo, 90%, now I don't have to study anymore. No, some practice papers are easier than the others, and also, it's not time to celebrate yet. So don't punish yourself, but don't celebrate too early either. Face the facts. Something that I just said to myself before my exams was, you know what you know. You can't learn anything else, you can't cram anything else into this period of time. So I walked into my exams not confident, but I wasn't nervous and I wasn't scared, because I only knew the material that I knew, and I couldn't help that. I couldn't, you know, cheat off someone. I couldn't miraculously grow on a 3rd brain or 2nd brain overnight. So just, I guess you got to believe in yourself as well. There's no point in sort of just cramming all this knowledge in last minute, because I don't think that's really effective either. So for me, on the day before the exam for a subject, if it was English, I wouldn't study English at all. Actually, I just don't generally study the day before the exam. I take my time to wind down. You know, I'll go out shopping, I'll go out for brunch, I'll just watch TV shows and relax or something, because I've been studying so hard all month or all year for that subject. I think I can take a day off before the exam, sort of calm my nerves down. Just like I said, you know what you know, there's nothing else you can do. And I feel like when I get new information last minute, that completely throws me off balance, because then I'll be like, what else don't I know? Is there something else that I don't know as well? And then I'll start, you know, doubting everything, like, do I even know this subject? What is life? What is high school? I'm going to fail VCE. So yeah, that's my sort of schedule, that I just don't study for the subject on the day before the exam. Also, I think you need to figure out which subjects you're going to do well in and which subjects you aren't. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, but with the subjects where you're just really struggling with it, and you know, before exams you're kind of freaking out because you don't know half the material methods, you sort of just don't give up, but just pay more attention onto the subjects that you do know. So I didn't obsess over methods too much. I only knew half the material that I needed to know. I walked into the exam, did half of the exam and walked out, and then I went home and studied for my other subjects, studied my ass off for my other subjects to make up for methods. So yeah, like they say in life as well, if somebody or something's not making you happy, you cut them out. So if those subjects aren't making you happy and you really feel like there's nothing else that you can put in that will make you sort of succeed in that subject, don't waste your time on it. Waste your time on more important subjects that will let you reap the benefits. Now the aftermath. So waiting for results. Yes, it is a super duper long wait, but you know, you've got schoolies, you've got friends, you can go out. Time does pass pretty quickly, and like they say, just keep your mind off it. There's nothing else that you can do. You just need to accept facts. That's what you've done. I know a lot of people, another thing is that after exams they look at the answers. I may have done that as well, but you know, it really doesn't help, and then you just end up crying about it because you're like, oh, I did so many things wrong. But also, like, I don't really remember what I wrote anyway, and then be reading the answers and be like, oh yeah, cool, I don't know if I wrote that, I have no idea what the question was anyway. So you can do that if it gives you peace of mind, but for some people it gives them peace of mind that they can move on to the next subject. But really, like, you just need to accept that you've already done your exam, there's nothing else you can do. Keep looking forward and start practicing the next subject. Get ready for the next subject. Don't let ones that you feel like you didn't do too well and pull you behind, because you've got like another 3 or 4 subjects to do. And then, like me, because I'm a bit of a chatterbox and I love having conversations with people during my exam week, I kept in touch with all my tutors. Given that they were in uni, so they were going through end of year exams as well, I didn't bug them too much, but after each exam, I just talked to my tutor about it, and after I finished talking to them about it, I just won't think about it anymore, because like I said, there's nothing else that you can do. But also, I think it just gives you peace of mind if you're talking to people who've already graduated from VCE recently as well, to know that there is life after VCE, that you will survive. So they were kind of like my therapists to VCE. If I got really stressed out and was just kind of stuck, or I didn't know how to study, I just give them a text or give them a call. So if you've got friends or a tutor like that, I encourage you to stay in touch with them during exam time as well. And with VCE results, if you don't get what you want, I don't think it's that much of a problem after when you go into uni, because uni isn't like high school. If you're in a course that you don't like, there is always a way to change it up. You know, you can transfer courses, or you can do another test and get into that course that you've always wanted to do. If you have enough passion for it and you have enough motivation and determination, you will get to where you want to be. So VCE is not a way of life, it is only the ending of your high school years. That being said, I really hope you enjoyed your last high school year. You know, that is super cheesy, but yeah, good luck guys. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired just from talking about VCE.